Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're going to have a little chat about that there project, what I've been kind of teasing, hinting, talking about over the last week, maybe 2 weeks, because hopefully I'll be able to get started on it really soon, and I'm massively excited for this. Okay, this is a big enough thing whereby I've been sorting out this office that I've got, and literally putting away things that I know I'm not going to be able to actually complete at the same time as this project. I've been tidying up and moving finished, unfinished, partially constructed, not quite, paint job isn't quite done models into storage to make space for the project that is about to start. And it's a bit of a challenge thing, right? So first of all, this is an Age of Sigmar army. It's not a Warhammer 40k force. I have done Age of Sigmar stuff before, but it's been things like the Undead Sylvaneth that I've messed around with, which I did not because I was like, I'm going to start a Sylvaneth army, but more because I had the idea for making skeleton trees and was like, sure, that sounds like a lot of fun, I'm going to do that. Similarly, I've got the Realm of Metal Gargants that I didn't build as those, I just turned Ambots into Warjack style things and then said, what the hell do I use these as? And people went, oh, those work as Gargants in Age of Sigmar. This is different. This is not an unintentional foray into Games Workshop's other popular system. No, this is actually fully intentional. So the idea behind this project is that it's going to be 2,000 points of Soulblight Gravelords, and it needs to be done by September. And I'm not going to leave things standard, because it's me. You would not expect me to leave stuff standard at all, would you? You'd expect me to do weird and daft things with these models, and you're not going to be disappointed, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, essentially, I have until September to kit bash convert paint and base 2,000 points of Soulblight Gravelords. And it's a really cool thing because it's a mixture of two different things coming together. So, firstly, it needs to be done by September because I'm going to be attending the Facehammer tournament in September, which is an actual proper Age of Sigmar tournament with actual, people who know what they're doing and play tournaments, actual competitive players, and I'm going to be going to that with this army that I'm going to build between now and September. Which is going to be fun and interesting because I haven't played Age of Sigmar since it was first released. So the first, I think it was the first weekend, Age of Sigmar, the very first Age of Sigmar release ever, the Boxer Stormcast versus Khorne Bloodbound, I think they're called now. Back when there was no points, it was just, here's a unit of things. You can take a unit of things, and then you fight another unit of things. The very first version of the game. I played that. Now that, you might be aware, was quite a while ago, and the game is nowhere near, I think, even remotely similar at this stage. It's totally different. So, really, I've not played Age of Sigmar properly before. It's also worth pointing out that first game, we didn't know what we were doing, we didn't know how to play, we'd only put the models together that day. Really, in terms of first experiences go, I learned nothing, and if anything, I probably forgot more about playing 40k in the process of playing that game than I learned about anything else. So yeah, essentially the first game of Age of Sigmar that I'm going to play will be at a tournament, using an army that I'm going to build between now and when that tournament happens. And it's not just that, because that would be fun and cool in and of itself, but the army is also part of a collaboration with a very nice group of people that I'm not at liberty to talk about currently. So essentially this army is part of another collaboration which I can't talk about yet. I can't tell you who it is, and I can't tell you exactly what it entails at this point, but it forms a significant basis of the idea behind this army. And the idea behind this force is, firstly, monsters. You know me, I like my big units. I like... that sounded a bit... Look, I like a bit of girth, right? So I like kind of larger models. I find it a lot easier to kit bash and convert larger stuff, and, I mean, Age of Sigmar, you've got Lauka Vai, who is the Mother of Nightmares, and allows you to take big monsters as battle lines, so as troops, effectively. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take her, because I like that model. Not that I'm going to leave it alone. She's going to be significantly different, I promise you that. And then take a few big monstery creatures, and it kind of developed from there. So there's going to be three large, significantly large monsters in there, but of course they're going to be converted. And the idea that I had was almost like, despite them being undead, most definitely undead, since they all Soulblight Gravelords, I liked the idea of there's I forget the name of it. There is a fungus, like a mushroom type thing that kind of grows in living creatures and kind of infects them. I guess it's kind of like Last of Us adjacent sort of thing. But I really liked that idea of an undead force that has kind of weird kind of growths and almost a bit annihilation in a way, but a little bit more kind of targeted in some aspects. It's kind of hard to describe. I really need to build the first one so you can see what I mean. But yeah, I've got a very distinct idea from it, including amongst this army, even though I'm not going to be using the Deadwalker zombies, for instance, I have a box of those because those are going to be utilised quite heavily in terms of making the monsters more monstrous. I mean, what's more monstrous than a massive zombie dragon? Well, it's clearly a zombie dragon that is exuding corpses out of its skin that are reaching for people. That kind of thing. That is going to be the kind of overall feel of the army and spread across all of it. So, a good number of terrifying big monstery things, and some smaller nightmarish monstery things to go along with them, because having things like a screen for your big monsters is apparently a good idea. So a couple of things that I want to just quickly drop in terms of what is going to happen to some of these models. Lauk-Avai is going to be significantly converted. I know that many people have had an issue with the way that she has her waist just becomes shoulders. I actually really like that, but then I had an idea for her, so I'm going to be messing with her fairly significantly. I don't want to give too much away, but the wings are wings. Wings should come out of the back of a creature, and that's exactly where hers are going to come out. What's going to happen to the rest of her, you'll have to wait and see. Things like the inclusion of a large beastly fella who first showed up in the cursed box. I'm looking forward to messing with him. I've got a few ideas as to how to make him fit in nicely with the various other nightmares that are going to be placed on the board. I'm really looking forward to this. I really am. Along with all of this is the fact that I'm going to basically be filming every stage of this. So it's not just going to be a project that I do in my spare time and you don't see anything. There's just like the occasional post on Twitter or whatever. I'm going to be actually making as much of this as feasibly possible on camera and making videos out of it. So I want to do like a full log of the start to the end of the project, like the conversions, the kit bashes, all of that stuff. Hopefully going through why I've decided what I'm doing, how I've done it, what the reasoning behind it is, all of that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm going to be essentially like chronicling the whole thing, which I'm really looking forward to, because I've had ideas of doing that before, but I don't know, there's something about this particular project and this idea and the kind of challenge of getting it all done in time that, I don't know, I feel like it fits that really well, having like an ongoing log. Now, to that end, by the way, it's going to be on this channel, so I'm going to put all of that on this channel so you can follow it easily. We'll talk about the other channel that I started a little while ago at some point in the future. We won't talk about it today because there's a whole heap of things to go into there, but yeah, the whole thing is going to be hopefully logged from start to finish, making videos on converting Lauk-Avai, on converting things like zombie dragons and dire wolves and the like, and yeah, just going to cover it from start to finish. And I thought I'd issue you a challenge at the same time. I mean, if I'm going to do this, it would be really fun if some of you did it as well. So why don't you do the same? Even if it's not an army of the same size, it would be amazing if you could put together 2,000 points and actually come to the tournament. That would be quality if a few of us could do that. But I would love to see you guys do something similar, deciding on a project, be it small or big, and just recording all of it, whether it's video wise or whether it's via Twitter or social media or Facebook, whatever you fancy. Twitter or social media or Facebook, that's all social media. What am I talking about? You know what I mean. It'd be really cool if there was like a group of us doing this, where we sit down and start something completely new to us and follow it through, start to finish. So yeah, that's the gist of it. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm really, really excited for. I'm genuinely really looking forward to this. I have been this excited about about building an army before. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. Like the stupid dreadnoughts, I really enjoyed doing those. The Chaos Knights. Admittedly, that wasn't an army that I intentionally started. I had one idea, then I had another idea, and then I had another idea. Things like the Armoured Company, there is a very distinct idea behind that, but at the end of the day, that's still tanks. Tanks with extra bits, but mostly tanks. This feels different. This has got a whole concept behind the whole thing, tying it all together with significant changes planned for almost every bit of it. Yeah, I'm really, really, really excited for this. So I just can't wait to get started and actually start recording and making stuff out of it so you can see what's going on. And it would be amazing if you did actually join in. Genuinely, I'd love to see, people part of this whole channel, this whole thing, also picking stuff up and maybe even joining in the tournament at the end. That would be quality. So yeah, that is the gist of it. That is what is happening, and I'm just, yeah, I want to get started now. It's not quite here yet. The stuff isn't quite here yet, but it is almost here. I've already started. One of the things that I'm building is a corpse cart, and I've already started that. And yeah, I'm going to be recording something for that, hopefully early next week. But it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Genuinely so good. So yeah, that's what's happening. That's the project. And I really hope you guys enjoy it, because I can't wait to get started with it. Let me know in the comments if you intend to join in, if you've got something that you're starting, if you like the idea of setting yourself that challenge of you've got a couple of months to get a force together. If you want to go fully kit bashing converting, then that would be amazing. If you prefer to just do something where you don't do that, but you try and settle on like a unique colour scheme that you've not tried before, just kind of pushing your boundaries a little bit. It would be really good to have some of you join in. So I'm going to stop rambling now. You know the drill. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you'd like. I leave it in your capable hands, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with. I'll see you next time.